there's part of Christianity that goes beyond the reason. So he also talks about loving God. And he doesn't mean by love a rational construct. He's talking about a profound experience. So that language in that hymn is very, I'll use a loaded term, it's romantic. It's passionate. That's not some point number one, point number two. It's deeply, and I don't mean romantic in a sexual sense. I mean romantic in a profoundly personal sense. And so he is one who is striving to have this profound, intense personal experience with God. That's part of the monastic movement, this intersection with the divine. And he becomes one of the main figures for that. I mean, you can tell why he became influential in terms of piety and worship. And he's I mean, what are we, 1,000 years later, and they're still singing this stuff. This is the kind of stuff I like to remind people of when they think everything in the Middle Ages was awful. This is pretty hard to beat. I mean, okay, I get the Gettys. They're nice. I like their stuff too. I'm not sure they'll be singing their stuff 1,000 years from now. Just a wild guess. And I'm not opposed to new stuff. I like new stuff, and that's not the point. Part of the reason I chose the Knoll text is one of the things he does in there is he includes hymns. Because I think one of the most important ways the faith is transferred is singing. I grew up with a hymn book, and I still remember hymns I was singing when I was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. And now I'll go back and listen to those words. I didn't understand a lot of them, but I sure do now. I was being taught theology like you can't believe. I just didn't know it. But boy, it's there now. It's amazing it comes back. So I'm a big fan of the importance of music in Christian religion, and I'm profoundly committed to the idea of congregational singing. That is one thing I hate about contemporary stuff. It's either written for a high tenor so that I get a hernia trying to sing it, or they play it so loud you can't even hear yourself sing. And Dr. Gager, who's retiring, is on the undergraduate faculty. He did his PhD at Northwestern, and he actually did research, and they are able to track as the decibels increase, the people's decibels increase until one point. And when the decibel level hits that point, they stop singing. So you can go to a lot of churches where it's really loud and just stop and turn around and look. And the people up front are into it, but everybody else they're reading their bulletin or whatever else. It's a concert. And I believe in Christian concerts. I just don't think that's Christian worship. So to me, I think it's important. Plus, the other advantage to singing hymns is it connects you to historic Christianity. I mean, this guy lived 1,000 years ago. Something remarkable about that. And to hear the way they thought about their faith is remarkable.
So, on that note, then, since we're talking about